Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for the Masmune, because that is the only chance in hell that I have of actually winning this game. Keep using Lit 2. I've got a ribbon, dude. I'm fine. I'm just gonna ruse up until you can't hit me anymore. This Lit 2 does not impress me very much, Kraken. That 169 damage impressed me, though. Okay. See, even with all that ruse, that critical hit still got through and ruined my day. The Fiend refights, they have more hit points than they did the first time around, but I'm not really sure by how much. Wow, do I even have enough heal potions to bring myself back from that? No, I don't. So I'm going to... this looks like an interesting fight. So once they all miss me, I'll ruse up one more time, and then I'll heal up to 500 and whatever my hit point total is. The fun thing about the next floor is there are blue Zoids on it, which means it is entirely possible that you can go through all of this dungeon, get to the very, very last floor, and then in the solo game just lose completely randomly for absolutely no reason at all. Just because the game decided to be a dick. Kinda hope that doesn't happen here. But, has not been an exceptionally lucky run for me today. But we'll see what Will's got in him. We'll see if Will can go the distance. Another thing I like about the remakes is you can get a more powerful version of the heal staff called the Rune Staff, which casts Cure 2 instead of Cure 1. Which is really nice, because it means that any party can get decent healing, not just parties that have multiple white wizards. Keep on missing me, Sea Troll. Keep on missing. I know you got a headache. It'll all be over soon. 100 more hit points and I'll feed you my Excalibur and we can both go our separate ways. So, what happens if I actually beat the game with Will? Because that kind of kills my plan to get the Masmune and leave and go kill a Warmech, because I don't want to do this dungeon like 4 times completely. I will have to ponder this while endlessly using my heal staff in the most exciting video I've ever made for YouTube. Alright. Can I get to the Masmune? Is the question of a lifetime. I can run, that's for sure. Okay, this is going to be a difficult... Oh no, I got a chance to strike first. Excellent, so... Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to use fire spells on you guys. That's what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and defend one more time, because I think those zombies can get through what I've got up right now. And now we'll take the Wizvimps down. Keep on wasting your turns with Afir. It stands for anti-fire, but I think it's more fun to just pronounce the words. So Afir is what I said. Just curious to see how much damage I can do with this. Probably not very much. This is the stupidest fight. This is the absolute stupidest fight. You can't run, because you can't run from zombies. Go ahead and mute him. I've got magic swords and stuff that cast all the spells I could possibly want. Okay, I didn't know that Wizvimps could use ice too, but now that I do, I know that I have to take them out first. That Dazzle spell will paralyze me if it connects, but it's got to get through my ribbon before it can connect, so not much chance of it. A very, very small chance that it will connect. Time to heal up. I don't know. Part of me is kind of glad that I get to share the solo Final Fantasy run experience with the peoples. This is what crazy Final Fantasy nerds spend their time doing. Hours and hours and hours of this. Heal staffing at every opportunity. And yes, it's gotta be the heal staff, because there's no room in a knight's inventory for a heal helmet. No, no, no. I don't know why I just went into Green Giant mode right there, but I did, and I can't take it back as much as I would like. So going into the last battle with the last two bosses, with Tiamat and then finally the final boss, my plan was to have one knight with the Excalibur and the other knight with the Masmune, but it looks like I'm just going to have one knight with the Masmune. That's assuming I can get to the Masmune and get to the boss without getting killed. Which is not a guarantee. Will has already made it further than I expected, and he's gained like a ton of levels doing so. Almost there. What would really suck is getting stun locked in this fight. Getting that, if that Dazzle were to stick on me, that would be awful. I think the zombies are neutered now because I've got my defense up. But you see what I mean about the solo game, how you just rake in the experience. Like, you don't ever need to stop to gain levels throughout a solo game. Most characters do have a sticking point, like one boss or challenge they can't get through without extensive leveling, but once you get through that one part, the whole rest of the game is pretty much clear sailing. For the Black Belt and the Black Mage, that part of the game is the pirates. Those two classes, because they can't wear heavy armor, and they don't have a lot of hit points, and they don't have any way to protect themselves like white mages can with ruse, they have such a hard time. I think they can run from air. I think. Yes. Those two classes have such a hard time with that fight. It's unbelievable. So let's see. 65, 108 are his attack stats with the Excalibur. 76, 123 with the Masmune. That's a pretty big jump. If you slap fast on a person with a Masmune, that's incredibly powerful. The only thing more powerful than a fasted Masmune user is a fasted master with the bare hands at incredibly high levels. Eat that 400 damage. So the question is, when I get to the final boss, should I spend a turn... Should I try to use the defense at all? Because most of his attacks are magical in nature. I might just go in there and just swing the Masmune and hope for the best. In future Final Fantasy games, the Masmune casts haste, which in Final Fantasy 1 terms would be fast when you use it. But not in this one. It doesn't do anything when you use it in this one. It should. It should totally cast fast when you use it, but it doesn't. How great would that be? I don't think he's high enough level to win this game, but we'll find out. This seems like a long way to go for an inevitable failure. I know. I know what you're thinking. I'm glad that I keep running into zombies and whiz-vamps instead of bluezoids up here. That's nice. The rarest monster in the game is on this floor. It is the Iron Golem. It's this really creepy looking aqua monster, and it's like so deep in the encounter list. Like, you have to play the game for something like 200 some battles before it'll even appear, which is a long time. If you play a session of Final Fantasy and you go through 200 battles, you've been playing for quite some time. the War Mech, by comparison, like, there on the encounter list has 256 encounters on it. So the way it works, if memory serves, is that each map in the game, or each block on the world map, has a linear list of 256 encounters that you will always get into sequentially in a particular area. And so, like, the War Mech floor, like, I think 8 of those encounters are War Mechs. So basically, to get a War Mech, you just have to fight enough that eventually one of those encounters occurs on that floor. The other rare monsters in the game are the Iron Golem on this floor, and then the T-Rex in one of the desert areas on the world map. I have hunted down all of these monsters legitimately, but it is not fun. I've also done it in fast forward, which is much more palatable. It was probably dumb to run from that fight. Oh good. I will use this chance to heal up before the second hardest boss in the game. Go ahead and waste your turn with Afir. I'm fine with that. There's Afir, Ice, and Alit. Go ahead and mute me. What am I going to do about it? Cry? I'm not going to cry. I'm a man. A man with red spiky hair. And a very thin, womanly sword. And a heal staff that I'm going to sit and wave around now for like 30 rounds. One of the problems with the very final boss is that it can refill its hit points. One of his spells in his rotation is Cure 4, which refills your hit points to maximum. So in a solo game, there are two working strategies. Either you pile damage on him until so you can kill him before he uses that particular spell, or you stall the fight until he uses that spell and then go all out on him. Unfortunately, the only class that can really get away with stalling the fight is the White Wizard, because that's the only class that can heal themselves with any reliability. So if I go into that fight with the expectation that I can use the defense to make his attacks miss, like, I'd have to waste 4 rounds doing ruse. I think I might just be better off going in there and swinging the Masmune and hoping for the best. That's assuming I can get through this fight, which is a big assumption. Let's ruse twice and see how that does. Not bad so far. Wish I was doing more than 180 damage, but okay. That's much better, 242. The reason there's such a wide variance in that damage is because Will is scoring more or less critical hits. Let's see, he's averaging, what, 3 hits? That one was 4 hit. It said critical hits, but I don't know how many of those 4 hits were criticals. Okay, can I get into one more fight here? Let's see if I can... If I finish this game off as a solo, I will just be ecstatic. That would be awesome. Here's the final floor. Are you guys prepared for the plot twists to end all plot twists?